Alright, so for today's Blender tutorial, we're going to be showing off how to model the Majora's Mask in the 3D viewport. And for this video, all we're going to be doing is just modeling the thing. We're not going to be doing any texture painting yet, or any lighting, or any camera setup. That'll come in a later video. Starting off, we're going to start with the basic Blender cube, and we're going to use the subdivision surface and go 3 levels in the level viewport. And then next, what we're going to do is we're going to scale it up and then go into edit mode and make sure that your view is on the x-axis. And then you're going to delete half the vertices, and then you're going to add another modifier called the mirror modifier and put it along the y-axis. This makes it so that any changes we make to the left side, it'll also do to the right. Then we're going to sculpt mode, and we're going to use the grab tool right here. It should have a little tiny icon that shows a picture of the sculpting being grabbed. And then we're going to try to make somewhat of like a heart shape. And it doesn't have to be perfect at first. You can always do a bunch of editing later. But as you can see, the mirror modifier is making it so that the changes on the left are happening on the right as well. And then you just want to change this to your liking. Again, it doesn't have to be too perfect. This is a beginner's tutorial. Alright, then next we're going to apply the modifier, and then we're going to make a UV sphere. This is going to be the eyes for the mesh. So next we're going to remove all the vertices. Make sure that you turn on X-ray mode, like we said in the last video. This makes it so that you can see through the entire mesh and delete all of them. And then next we're going to select all the edge vertices using the Alt button. And then we're going to press E and S to extrude and scale it down. And then we're going to do that one more time, and then we're going to right click, and then we're going to do merge vertices, and then we're going to do at center, not by distance like I did originally. Next, we're going to apply the mirror modifier to the eye, so it's the exact same as it is on the left side than it is on the right. And for the mirror object, if you select the original cube that you have, like the heart shape in the background, then it'll mirror across that object. This makes it a little bit easier. Next, we're going to add a cone. This is going to end up being the spikes that are around the Majora's Mask. It has 5 in total. So we're going to put 1 at the top, and then we're going to put 4 more on this side. Make sure you press the button R to rotate the cones, and you don't have to have them be perfect once again, because even on the model itself, they are nowhere near perfect or along a specific line. Next, we're going to select the 1 spike along with the 4 spikes, and then we're going to apply the mirror modifier and make the mirror object the heart shape so that it mirrors across that shape. Next, we're going to add a reference. That you can go and press Shift A and then go to Mesh Plane. This makes it so that you can upload any kind of image. I would recommend using this when you're sculpting things out, because using references is great. And it's not cheating at all. Make sure that you fit it to your liking and then adjust as needed. You can easily find a picture like this if you just go on the internet and type in Majora's Mask. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to add a curve. This is going to make it so that we can create the outline that's around the eyes and along the mask shape itself. Next, we're going to add a curve Bezier circle. Next, we're going to go into the curve properties and go to geometry here. And then we're going to go to bevel and object, and then we're going to select the Bezier circle. This makes it so that it's a little thicker and it looks like a 3D mesh, and that way we can edit this to follow a path. If you press E on one of the points, it'll extrude it and it'll make it so that you have another vertex on the mesh to make it longer. Keep doing this a few times so that you have something to work with on the mesh. Press Alt-S to make it thinner. And then hide your heart mesh that you had from the beginning. This way we can see through and then we can look at the reference. If you add a mirror modifier, then you only have to do one side. Next, go into edit mode and select the vertices and put them along the mesh. When you click each vertex, it has these handles on both ends of them, and this makes it so that you can change the direction. This kind of works if you've ever used Adobe Illustrator. It kind of works like the curve tool. I'm going to skip most of this part because you can do this part on your own. Edit the curve so that it goes along with the reference that you have, and then when you're done with it, click two of the vertices that are going to be connected to each other and press F. This makes it so that it's filled and you can join them together. Keep adjusting as needed, but the end product should look something like this. And if you come to the side right here and a bunch of the vertices are all over the place, you can select all of them and then press S to scale and then press X so that it goes along the X-axis. And then all of the vertices can merge along a similar line instead of look like it's all warped over the place. Don't forget to save your file, but next what we're going to do is we're going to go to the original cube and unhide it. And then next we're going to add a shrink wrap modifier onto the curve and make the object that it's projecting onto the original heart. Make sure that you have the exact same settings as I do, just so that it projects correctly. It should look something like this, and then when you apply the modifier, it'll go back to its 3D shape. I'm just going to add another subdivision surface onto the heart so that it looks a little less flat. And then we're going to apply that shrink wrap modifier if you haven't already, and it should look somewhat close to this. Now if you see here, the reference shows that the points of the spikes are aligned with the curve that you have. And if you're looking at the model that I have, it's not all the way like that. I'm going to go back and I'm going to shrink down the original heart, because if you look at the reference, the line that goes around the eyes is somewhat connected to the points that are on the edge. On my model, it doesn't appear that way, so I'm just going to edit it as needed. You can always press Ctrl-Z to go back and make edits. Once you have that, make sure that your cube is showing again and apply the shrink wrap once again. Then just move the eyes back into the model, and then you should be just about done. Don't forget to save, and then you can always edit the back part right here. Your eyes may be popping through. You can either make the eyes just cut in half right there, or you can extend the model just a little more. But with that, that should be the end of the video. If you're having any trouble following this tutorial, just post a comment and I'll be sure to respond as soon as I can. Thanks for sticking around to the end, and next time we're going to be actually painting onto it. There's several ways that you can texture it, and I'll show 2 of the ways that are possible for it. But with that, I'll see you next time.